Hi, Taylor. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. So, you give such a lived in performance in this film. You convey so much in your physicality and especially your eyes. You convey so much in your eyes. So, I'm curious, looking back at your whole journey from your audition to filming to the premieres to now, what are some moments that you feel most proud of and your favorite memories?
Um, I mean, probably the first day of filming was very surreal because in the book, Kai and Tate meet for the first time as adults at the Josephine tree, this tree stump where they have this back and forth game of him leaving her, spark plugs and seeds, like things to get her along while she's living alone in the marsh, and feathers, and it's like this beautiful game of tag back and forth in the book. But our very first day of filming for Daisy and I was that scene. It was, the first take of the first day was, you know, it was very surreal getting to film that scene where they first meet in the book. And that was a very like powerful and beautiful moment. And then just getting to experience nature with Daisy and getting to spend time with her and just laughing like crazy people in between takes, and getting to soak in all of New Orleans. There's so many beautiful moments. And the response has been really, really cool. I didn't know, on paper, so many millions of copies sold, and people tell you this is their favorite book they've ever read, but then getting to see after the movie comes out, people from different countries sending you wonderful messages about how much this movie meant to them and how grateful they are that we did it justice, has been really cool. And I think I'll be forever grateful for that.
Wow. So he spoke with Logan McRae before the movie came out, and he said that he
Nice.
bonded with Daisy over their like fashion background, and he was really surprised that she was into soccer because he thought she's British. She
Yeah.
automatically has to be into soccer. But he said they bonded over a lot of things and like their shared backgrounds. So I'm curious, initially, what did you two bond over, you and Daisy?
Love of music, humor, and believe it or not, she is a nature buff, so she does get out a lot. And yeah, just spending time together. I think it's fun meeting someone your age that's like rising up and doing great work, and so you just get to bounce ideas off each other, and have late night talks about roles and about your craft. And it was fun to have someone that I like connected with instantly, that there was no like buffer between. I didn't have to get to know this person. I feel like I already did. And so yeah, we connected on a lot.
It's amazing. So you spoke about the tree scene. Tell me about some of your favorite other scenes to film.
I loved it's another tree scene, so sorry.
That's
uh,
okay.
there's a scene between Kai and Tate where he opens up to her for the first time, lets her know that his mom and his little sister died in a car crash when he was younger, and I think it's the first time she sees him as something other than like just a friend. It's kind of like they have like a soul tie for the first time. He understands her abandonment and her brokenness because he's been through it. And it was just like a really wonderful, powerful scene where that moment starts their relationship. And right after, she's like, "Do you want to be my girlfriend?" Like it's the impetus for it. So
Yeah.
yeah, another wonderful scene that I loved.
Amazing. So take me back to the beginning. What was your audition process like?
So originally I auditioned for Chase. I
Mm,
was working on another project in Australia, and so I kind of had a weird setup where my phone, I'm trying to record my lines and the other characters' lines, and I'm sure I set off like the worst tape ever. And then Libby was like, "Hey, I feel like you're more of a Tate. Do you think you could, um, get these scenes memorized and come back on for chemistry with Daisy in 2 days?" And I was like, "I'd love to." And so I didn't know much about the book at all, and because of the pandemic, I didn't have access to a bookstore because it was closed down, sadly, in Melbourne. And so I bought the audiobook and listened to it on 1.5 times speed, which was a huge mistake because I was trying to cram it all in. And ended up reading with Daisy, and we just connected instantly. It's sometimes it's hard to tell over a computer screen if there's
yeah.
chemistry or not, but it was kind of instant with us. So yeah, just went on from there, and showed up on set the first day. She ran over, jumped on me, and gave me a big hug, and we were off to the
Oh,
races. Yeah, it's the
that's so
best.
sweet. So you've had some amazing scene partners over the years. Who would you still like to work with? I'm curious.
I'd love to work with. Like as far as actors or
Yeah, anyone, craftspeople,
I'd love to work
actors,
with Denzel
directors.
Washington. And my I look up to him and I like admire his career and his choices and kind of the person he is outside of work. And then Taylor Sheridan, who wrote Wind River, Hell or High Water, Sicario. I think he's one of the most incredible writers ever. And like, uh, I don't know, he just gets me. Like everything he writes about just gets me. So I'd love to work with Taylor Sheridan.
Love to see that. And finally, what have you been watching lately?
Ooh, a lot of Planet Earth. Funny enough,
Okay.
I just moved to Miami. We have this big projector on the wall, so it's nice to see humpback whales and orcas like full size.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm obsessed with docs. But yeah, a lot of the bad sports docs on Netflix have been really cool.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your art. I really appreciate it. Have a
of
lovely
course.
day, Taylor. Thank
It's nice
you.
to meet you. Yeah, you
Nice to
too.
meet you.